Okay, everybody, we're here. Welcome to Organic Chemistry at Henry Ford College. Moodle is a big part of this course, so we need to get comfortable going to Moodle. And Moodle is a place where we store a lot of information that's useful for you, like practice tests and syllabus. And Moodle is also a place where you're going to submit assignments. The two major types of assignments you're going to be submitting are problem sets, which are due before your tests, and exams themselves, which will be posted at Moodle. And it's a secure area, so don't worry, people won't be looking at your submissions.
Hi,
So
Professor. I hope you're doing well.
I'm well, and this is Hassan. Is that right? No, it's not. Who is this?
This is Ahmed.
Ahmed. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, hi. How are you? Nice
I'm
meeting you.
good. Nice seeing you. So do you have a question, or are you just saying hi?
No, I was kind of confused. I'm the one that emailed you to give us the tour, like through HFC Moodle and all that, and how to submit all these stuff.
Right.
Because there's so many syllabus going on.
Oh, really? You saw a lot of old ones?
Yeah, like from 2001, from 2014, 15, 16, 17,
I think
and
maybe
19.
those were practice exams. But let's go to Moodle and see what shakes out, and maybe things all get clear after I run through it. If not, we'll hang around and make sure you are clear. Sound
Okay,
good?
thank you so much.
All right.
Yep, it's perfect.
I'm gonna go share my other screen where we have HFC Online. I think you're all familiar with logging in. I just went to hfcc.edu and I'm logging in. And I'm pretty sure you're seeing, everybody's seeing the screen here that says Henry Ford College, future driven, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Excellent. Now I'm going to go to HFC Online /Moodle. I'll just call it Moodle from now on. And here it is. And if you're taking more than one course, you'll have a list of courses here. And I'm just going to use the Orgo 1 course, but the Orgo 2 course is pretty similar. And here we go. So we have an announcement here. My apologies, I didn't even notice this announcement was hidden until this morning. So it says our syllabus is ready. We're not meeting in class, and testing is all done online. And go to the bottom of Moodle to find last semester's lecture notes. So there's lecture notes at the bottom. And that's right here. Video list and fall 2020 lecture notes. Now, these are our lectures for this semester too. They've been made. And my goal this semester is to focus your studying and give you more direction. Last semester was just getting these things made. There's a video list. You'll see a lot of the items on the video list are the same as the items I posted on your week-to-week guide. So this is the whole semester if you want to be looking ahead, but I would go from the week-to-week guide and do the things I tell you to do in order. Now, if you forgot about where the week-to-week guide is, let's go back. Go back to the top. And this is not how it looks for you. I should make myself look at it as a student. Switch role to student. And then this will be the same view you have. And I should be getting rid of these two here. They're dead. They don't have anything, but we have that. The weekly schedule. This is the one I emailed you over the weekend. I will always put it here at the top. So under the announcements, you're going to have your weekly schedule, and we've got a lot of stuff to do. You already know that. Some of you have probably been poking through this stuff saying, looks like we have to get busy. And yes, we should. So after we get through all the stuff at Moodle and just learning the nuts and bolts of the course and doing the syllabus, this is where organic chemistry starts. So you're going to be reading the textbook, chapter 1. If you're in Chem 242, I have other readings for you to do here. And we're going to be watching videos. These are directly related. These are section numbers from the book down here. And this is the book. And we learn how to get the book from the syllabus, which we're going to next. So back over here. We have the syllabus and quiz. So the only syllabus item that's really the syllabus is this very first one here. It's got our semester, winter 2021, sections 1 and 70 course syllabus. And it's in section 1, syllabus and syllabus quiz. So we're going to open that. And there it is. And looks like we've got all the information here. I'm not going to go over the syllabus today. You're going to do that as a reading assignment before you do the syllabus quiz. So I don't want to waste your time going over this step by step. It's here. It's straightforward. And treat the syllabus like it's the law, because in the end, this is the document where any disputes occur. We refer to this document for the rules. There's another link for the video I sent that I said hello from. And that phone number is not going to work for us. Always use this email right here. And that's the syllabus. It's got a lot of information. Test dates are real important. So please get these into your calendar. It looks like from early communications for this course, Organic 1, we're going to add a third exam time because a lot of our students, they can't make either of these. Orgo 2 students, we're going to do it in 1 because that's a smaller class. We don't have more than 40 students in there. So we're Orgo 2 students, we're gonna come up with a mutually acceptable time. But test dates are real important, and this is the nuts and bolts of the course and the syllabus. Going back to Moodle, here we are. Syllabus, and I finally put the syllabus quiz where it belongs. A student noticed that it was not in this submission area. So you see a little blue button here. That means you're going to find information, and this is the area where you submit things. And it's got the download arrow there. I think most of you know that. It's a new thing to me. I think it's one of the best things that's happened in Moodle. It probably was there all along. I just didn't know. And now I'm getting a message. My internet connection's unstable. I have a new router in the mail, they say. Oh, let's see. Okay, so I opened it. There is the quiz right there. It's there. It's this document. And let's see, I don't think it's going to work that way. Just click on it and it should open separate. And it opened over here, so I'll slide it on. And this is one of the only assignments you can ever do at college where copying and pasting is encouraged. This is not a creative writing assignment. So you can copy paste. If I had this open with my other PDF, I can just highlight and copy and paste and put it in a document and then copy paste the answers right beside the questions, please. This is just a record that you know the answer to all these questions. It's not a creative writing assignment. It's not considered copying when you copy and paste. And keep in mind, I'm going to have a record that you knew all the answers to these questions, right? So when you say at the end of the semester you didn't know the answers and that document says you did, guess who wins on that one? I don't want to be snarky about that. It's a good way to have a record that you know the answers. And here we are. So there's our schedule, syllabus quiz, and that's where you're going to submit it as well. You've got, yeah, that's going to be a document that you just copy paste into. Future documents, though, you'll be scanning them. So please, if you haven't already, consider downloading the free app version of Cam Scanner. It's very useful. It crops things, it tidies them up, and it makes them into one document, which is mandatory for me. Opening multiple pages from multiple students, you can see how that could add up with a lot of time. So we like single documents for everything. Now this in the syllabus, which I probably closed, I remember closing it. The last page, you're eventually going to get there. There's this right here. This is the only thing I need you to sign. I don't want you to send me the whole syllabus. I use a lot of this program on my computer. It's just called Snipping Tool. So if you're using a normal PC, you type in snip in the program box where you type here to search and type the word snip and Snipping Tool comes up. You didn't see it because I did it on my other screen. And then you get, I started it and this is snipping tool now. And right now I have a document that I can write on, and you can even put your signature here, etc., and save this thing. And that's the one I want submitted in this area here. Just this little document, save it and submit it to this statement of receipt of course syllabus. It reminds you here, it's the last page of the syllabus. We were just looking at that. And this is where you'll submit it. And I want both of those, the syllabus quiz and that statement of receipt page that I snipped, by next Monday at 11 p.m. So you have a week to do those. Please do it ASAP. This I don't think applies to anybody, especially since you have the digital copy of the more recent book edition of the book. In the first edition of our book, as in all first editions, there were lots of mistakes, and you can laugh at your teacher by finding out how many there were reading this document, but you don't have to look at that document. This is a reminder how to get to the textbook. This information is also on the syllabus, but it's right here, and it reminds you and you can copy paste this number here after you've registered at OWL, which is a separate thing. If you don't know how to register at OWL, it's on the syllabus in the first 2 pages. After you've done that, then you can gain access to the textbook by doing these steps. So you're gonna get to this page here and type that number there, which I copied there. I would paste it here, and then you hit enter, and this will come up, and that gives you access to the book. It's the ebook. And moving on, that's all course information stuff, and now we're all into organic chemistry. It looks daunting. There's a lot of stuff, as was correctly pointed out by the student this morning in his email. Do not panic. The first 4, section 2, 3, and 4 and 5 are very important. Let's just look at this one, since test 1 is our first test. And a lot of this is just review material, but I would just jump to the end, because these are old tests starting in winter 14. And this is an older test here, and it's not organized very well, but winter 14. But once again, there's a lot of tests. There's like 15 different tests here. You go to the bottom where you see, hey, that was the one they had in fall 2020, the most recent one, actually a COVID semester. So most likely yours will be looking a lot more like this than the others. And you will open that one and you'll see an old test in there and the key. And there was a morning section and an evening section. There's 2 tests, 2 keys. You'll see how similar they are, but you'll see just knowing one of the versions doesn't get you any points for the second version. You got to know the content that gets you the answers to these. All right. So I don't want to scare you too much with all these questions here, but that's an old test. I learned early, don't do color. Because on tests, you'll be emailed the test right before it starts. Not all students have printers. This is okay. You can do the test off of a device. That's fine. It might be a good time to think about a printer, because it might be a time saver or more convenient for you, but it's not mandatory. All right. So you'll have this test, and then you'll do the answers on loose paper. And you put the answer on loose paper. Here's an answer key for those same questions, okay? I mean, this is an old test. These are the answers to that test. So hopefully you know that would be a useful tool, and now you know where it is. And that's for every exam. And you want to see more versions of every single question you see on these 2 tests. You just go back to the same place here. Go 1 semester back. So what was before fall 20? Let's look for something before fall 20 test. This is a lot of stuff that we had to do for COVID. I'm looking for folders. There you go. There's winter 20. So it'll have a test in there and a key. It's all there. And so we have lots of tests and keys. Now, a week before you do a test in this class, you'll be receiving a document from me saying, you will have this question first on the test, this type of question. I'll direct you to an old test and say it's just like that. It's like that question. It will always be new molecules. They're never the same question, but the exact type of question will be known question by question. There will be no mysteries. Okay, and you'll see a test outline here. This will be very similar to yours. I'd be surprised if there were many changes from the fall 2020. I think it's going to be running similarly, except you'll have it more organized. That's the advantage of finally having a couple semesters this under our belt. Okay, so you'll be getting a new outline, but if you want to look, please do look at this outline. It's going to be very similar to yours. And you'll see that happens in each of these next folders. It's always the same layout. You don't really want to go into the stuff at the top. Some of it's real basic stuff. It's not the test level you're going to see. Students typically in this kind of course where we're, you're our better students. You want to see what the real tests look like. I'm telling you, they're at the bottom of these folders. So bottom first. And that's good for that one, and that one. Now this is all old lecture notes. I mean, if you don't like the way I stated it one semester, you can go to a certain part of another semester and, figure out which one was the fifth lecture of the semester and compare it to our fifth lecture. I'm usually not that far off. And you can find other versions of the notes that maybe were clearer one semester than another. Once again, I think we have a lot. The content I'm recommending you do really means you don't have to go into all those old things. You don't have to look at everything. And that's why I hope this session's useful, and I'm lost. Of course, I'm lost. Here we are. Talking and doing things at the same time, I am not very good at. So 242 lecture notes, I don't even know why I put that there. If you want to look ahead at the next course, go ahead. And then we have newer lecture notes there anyway. So anything that says lecture materials or notes, they're just old. We really like the bottom of this area here, the video, the most recent video list and fall 2020 lecture items. That is the one you want to be at. And if I add new supplemental lecture items, guess where I'm going to put them? Section 29, which does not yet exist. It's going to be at the bottom down here, and it'll have a clear title saying supplemental information from winter 2021. And like this Thursday, we might be doing some material, depending on if I have some good questions from students during our Q&As we have on Wednesdays and Thursdays. We'll be adding stuff down here. But it's always going to be based on your suggestions and you wanting me to do certain questions. So is there anything at Moodle? I do see that there's a lot of stuff. I wouldn't worry about the final exam until we get there. So we're just going to be hanging out here for the first day or two. That's what you're going to be doing. Read your syllabus, do the syllabus quiz, get all your stuff organized that it says to get organized on the syllabus. And then we'll be doing these items. We're not ready for test one practice area. In fact, you're reminded at the end of this document, yes, you'll be going to test one practice area. Do the following practice test questions. Hey, now you know where they are, right? You got to look for fall 20. That's the one nearest the bottom, right? In the practice test materials part, test one materials. And after you've done these items, you should be able to do these questions. That is the time to try to do these questions. Even if you fail miserably, you're at least getting to know what they're going to look like on the test. Nobody's grading you. You should get there and then look at the answer key, which you know is also posted, and then see where you might need more help. If the explanation doesn't do it for you, you're the student that needs more help. I need to hear from you. You're the student that needs to be guiding us during Q&A. Trust me, any question you have is not good for just you. It's good for the whole class. And by you asking it the way you want to, then you're probably going to get an answer that's more directed towards you. So be the first. I encourage it. So that's, in a nutshell, what Moodle is for. Now, that went rather fast. If you have any questions, let's talk about it.
Dr. Whitaker, this one
Yes.
may be a little unrelated,
Okay.
but I tried accessing OWL today, and
Right.
it seems like the website's down, but yesterday I had no problem. I'm just wondering if this is just myself, or is it something on their side?
I was on OWL myself at, what time was that? It was only very early in the morning. So were you on after that? Because I can't verify for you after that.
I checked earlier today. I'm re-logging in real quick just to see though.
Yeah, give it a shot right now, because OWL's going to be inundated. This is the first day of semesters for hundreds of schools. So that, that just bandwidth could be the problem with that, right?
Yeah, it was something on my end. Now I can get to it.
Oh, you got it now?
Yeah.
That's good news. All right. Anything else about Moodle we want to talk about?
Professor, I just have a quick question.
Mhm.
So right now I'm seeing for the exams, we have 2 exams. Does that mean that we have one for lecture and one for lab?
No. Sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly hit the syllabus.
Okay.
And quickly hit the syllabus, and we're going to go down to where it talks about test dates. And it says here, there will be 2 options for taking each exam.
Okay, because
You're
I
going
was
to
kind of
pick one.
confused.
And
Okay,
this brings up a point I forgot to talk about, and I'm glad you brought it up. These are the 2 different versions of the same exam. You'll see that the content in both is exactly the same. The level of difficulty is exactly the same. I do want to encourage students to try to take it in this time slot, and I even promise you it's going to be a slightly more straightforward test. Some students don't even notice it's more straightforward, but us teachers, we have these little grids that we say, oh, this involves this level and this level and this level, and this only involves these two. But most students that understand it, the material well enough, they don't see the difference. I don't know, I was very hand wavy argument there, but I'm trying to get more students to sign up there. And I want to point out another thing. If a ton of students sign up for one of those sections, our Moodle gets bogged down when this exam's due, because everybody's trying to submit it at once. And yeah, we have a pretty strict time deadline. We have to do this because there are thousands of ways to cheat in this course. It drives us teachers crazy. I've had teachers retire recently, and that's one of the reasons. Anyway, you guys shouldn't be in this talk at all. And I had to make a video last semester about it too. But yeah, we're trying to, plus we're getting you ready to take timed tests in your pharmacy careers, your medical careers, your dental careers, wherever you're going, you're going to be taking timed tests. So that's really important. And doing it at the same time as everybody else is really important for the other reasons, like cheating. And that's that. I think I answered the question and went way too far. I do that a lot. And I think there was another part to your question, or did I get everything?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you got everything so far. Everything is good. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and I need everybody to at least log into Moodle real soon, because by Monday I want to assign you student numbers that are just for this course, so you can do the assignments that are due before each test. Those will be based on your student number. Each student will have a different set of molecules to do their questions with. So I have to assign those soon, and I wanted to do it today, but I realized if people haven't even logged into Moodle, I can't put a comment by their syllabus quiz. That's how I'm going to be announcing your student numbers. As soon as your syllabus quiz is in, you get a comment saying, hey, you are student number 1 for the rest of the semester, etc. Up to 47, I think, the semester. All right, so another important thing to do, get your syllabus quiz in before the 18th, which is when it's due anyway, so you can get your student number and be ready for assignments. And I think that's all we got, unless we have any more questions.
Also, Professor, for the tests, like
Yes.
what are we allowed to use on it? Like a periodic table, or
I
would that be
give
given?
you I give you the periodic table. You are allowed no aids whatsoever except pen and pencil. You'll be taking the exams on a Zoom. I will have video of at least your hands and paper. Some students don't want their faces on there. That's not a problem. So when you do tests, you'll be in a Zoom and pen and paper, and you'll scan it as soon as you're done, and you have 15 minutes to get it uploaded. And
Okay, so that time frame of the 2 hours, that doesn't include the turn-in time, correct?
yeah, you get an extra 15-minute turn-in time at the end. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
All righty.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, very good.
Professor, I had a question.
Oh, we got, is that Shayna?
Yes.
All right, Shayna, what you got?
So from the email about lab for the second Orgo lab,
Okay, now
is it gonna
Orgo Lab's a separate course, right? And
yeah. No, I
those
just
won't
have a
be
question
starting.
because
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
it's pertaining to for this course as well.
Uh-huh.
So whenever you guys make the decision if we're gonna go on campus face to face,
Yes.
and it is gonna be that 5 hours,
Yes.
will it intervene with the testing times that you already have?
That's when I'm going to have to modify things. See, I wanted to get things started and have a regularly daily schedule for myself just to get adjusted to this new semester. So I did that. But keep in mind that when those labs start, dates and timings might change. Now, I do want to keep the tests the same, even if the test dates overlap with lab.
I think you froze, or it froze on my end.
Am I frozen, Devin? I'm good now. Or am I still frozen, Shayna?
No,
You're
you're
all
good
fine
now.
on my end.
We're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
fine on
probably
mine as
all.
well.
Yeah, I think it's partially mine and maybe Shayna's issue. I see her mic's dropping in and out. So
Here it is.
okay.
That was my first question. And then the second question was because I had got on the Zoom late.
Yeah.
Are you still just doing the recorded lectures? It's not going to be a specific time we have to log on, or?
That is correct. You can watch those lectures at any time. I suggest you start tonight. Put in a good strong first night if you can.
Okay.
Watch as many videos as you can. And
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
and yeah, the new lectures, I encourage you to be there for the Q&A times. On the, remember they're on the syllabus. Are we still on the screen where the syllabus is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So if you can make either one of these times or even both, that's fantastic. And then just you come up with good questions. I prefer them to be ready ahead of time so that I can have it more organized before I start. But if you get questions that come to your mind during these sessions, that I will take those happily.
Okay.
And I'll be recording every one of those. Keep in mind, if you don't want your video, because I don't have editing skills, people. I know a lot of you guys are real clever with editing. I can't be editing people's images out. So if you don't want your image on there, please make sure you have video off, and audio mute anytime you want, unmute anytime you want.
And then my last question is in regards to OWL, because I had, when I attempted to take the course before, do you know if there's any way that I can use that same OWL, like the course, and then try to like reboot it, or you just have to buy a whole nother one?
No, you definitely don't have to buy another one. I think you just have to switch sections after you log in.
Okay.
The best way, I think, is you're going to go to page 2 of the syllabus, and you're already enrolled, right? From before.
Yes.
I would just click on this link right here.
Okay.
And I think that will guide you towards enrolling for this section. I'm trying to wait for it to open here. So you'd sign in like you did previously, and I think it's going to ask you if you want and register for this new section. And that's what you
Okay.
want to do. And
All
email
right,
me
sounds
email
good.
me right away if you have any OWL issues, and I'll either tell you what I know, which is limited, but I do know some things. And we have some OWL people that get back to us real fast too. So.
All righty, sounds good. Thank you.
All righty. So everybody okay now, or we got anything else for the good of the order?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Is this
This is
Lena?
Lena, yes.
All right, Lena.
It's regarding the reaction journal that is
Yes.
on the syllabus, which
No, you're an Orgo 1 student, right?
yes.
So you don't really have to worry about that. Don't stress out about it at all. It's going to come later in the course. And either if you just look ahead at the videos when we get closer to chapter 6, or when we do our new videos, it's going to come up when you should start putting in things in the journal, and I tell you exactly what to put in there. It's kind of just like teacher said this, copy it. It's not even, it's like the introductory level of learning a mechanism is to write it out. And it's doing that. And it doesn't seem, it's, you don't remember learning to speak, but you did a good job, trust me, because I just heard you. And mechanisms are kind of the same thing. And just by your hand doing it, there's, I hate to use the word organic, there's an organic element to the learning there with your hand doing the motion. Hard to explain right now because you have no
Okay.
idea what the
No,
heck I'm
I get
talking
it.
about. All right.
No, I feel like I get it. I took organic chemistry, like not here, but like I feel like I can understand what you mean.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else, everybody?
Like you said, the weekly schedules, will you be sending those out every week?
Every Sunday,
Distribution.
I typically try to get up early in the morning and get those taken care of. So Sunday mornings, you'll see those. Now, if I'm getting, pretty spunky on the weekend and Saturday I get around to it, like I did this week for Orgo 1, but not for Orgo 2. I do things in that order because that's the order they occur in my life. I made Orgo 1 tests before Orgo 2 tests. So as an Orgo 2 student, you'll probably be getting things on Sundays unless I'm really frisky.
All right, that's fine, because honestly, I love how you kind of laid it out. It's very simple and it tells me my task right there and then for the week. So
Yeah,
I'm a big
see,
fan
that's
of it. With
something-
like the YouTube links and everything, it's good.
Good. I'm glad you like that, because a lot of students need that organization, and that's the next level I couldn't get to in the first 2 semesters of COVID. And hopefully it's going to be a better thing for the future of the course too because of that. Try to take some good out of some bad, right? All right. Anything else?
Question.
Yes.
I have a question about the final exam.
Uh-huh.
Is it cumulative or just?
It is a
the last
cumulative final. You've probably, maybe not, but if you asked around, you would hear some stories about, well, I don't remember taking a final last semester during COVID, and you'd be right, except for a couple exceptions. So here, I'll talk to you about those exceptions right now. One was a situation where it looked like everybody would have to take that final. That's early last semester. Cheating incidences were seen by both me and my colleagues for this course. And I said, if that keeps up, yes, you all are going to have a cumulative final. I don't want to give a cumulative final. Okay. Now, scenario 2 happened for a couple students last semester. In scenario 2, when do you have a cumulative final? 1, we already discussed. If there's any evidence of cheating going on during the semester, then it's not even fair. You're punishing the people that aren't cheating probably. But that's the way it goes. Cheaters cause terrible things for everybody. I'm going on. Scenario 2. It says clearly on the syllabus, and I will say it now, even though you'll be reading about it. Average is not the only criteria to get a grade. It's one criteria. Now, to get a C, which is a grade that transfers and gets you can apply to other schools with a C, it clearly states you need 2 of your exams this semester to have a score of at least 60%. If you haven't met that, say you got your first 60% on test 4. I've been teaching organic chemistry a long time. If you're finally getting it near the end of the semester, that means you probably are getting all of the course finally, and you need another chance. So you're going to take an oral final, and we'll deal with that if you don't have your grades that you want by the end of the semester. But yeah, only a few people took the final last semester because they needed it to get their second C. The same holds for B's and A's. There's a requirement where you need at least 2 exams with an 80 to get a B, and you need at least 2 exams with a 90 to get an A. It's one of the requirements that I can't forgive. If you don't meet that, you don't quite meet the requirement for that grade. Okay? And now I forgot what the original question was, but I think we got there first, didn't we? Oh yeah, that was, what about the final? Is it cumulative? I could have answered just yes, the final exam is cumulative, but I think I gave you some more. That good, Lena? Uh-oh, we lost Lena. She's still on mute, that's why.
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
You're good? Okay, sorry. Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
No, thank you.
Okay. Anything else, anybody? I know it's hard.
Professor,
Yeah.
So last semester I was taking chemistry, and my teacher told me that if you're taking chemistry online and then they switch back to campus, even if it says 100% online, you have to go back to campus. Is that true?
See, that is beyond my pay grade, young man. I do not know the answer to that question.
Because like go ahead.
I don't know what the school's policy on that is. And it may be a changing policy. I would look for Governor Whitmer's guidance first, and our school typically makes a decision based on that within a week. So I don't think anybody's going back on campus even potentially until July 25, if that was my understanding. That's Henry Ford's interpretation of the stricter restriction that was posed by Governor Whitmer. But these are going to change too, because, you know, we've got some pretty bad COVID going on right now. Things I anticipate new developments if things don't straighten up.
Okay, I see. All right, then. Thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
I tried this morning to register in
into OWL? You're breaking
yes.
up a little bit. Okay, it was OWL. Okay, and what happened this morning?
Yes. When I was on the website, I saw that I have to pay $119 to get registered for 4 months.
Are you a previous user of Cengage Unlimited?
No, this is my first time.
Ah, yeah, but only for 4 months, huh? For
yes.
$119.
So
I don't know the pricing.
No, my question is, if I purchase the book from the bookstore, I saw that it comes with an access to OWL.
It does. That would get you, I think it's a longer access too. I'm pretty sure that's a year.
Huh?
That's what I believe. We stocked the bookstore with access for a year, and I believe the price is comparable to what you just listed, but I don't know.
Okay. So purchasing the textbook from the bookstore would help me register in OWL without even paying anything else.
Well, yeah, it comes with the same thing you looked at online, but a different deal when it's with the textbook through our bookstore. And that's the only place the reason we got that deal is because we negotiated it that way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? We've had some good questions. I appreciate all your feedback, and I'm sure that your fellow students will also appreciate it.
I have one more question, Professor.
Sure.
So if you have like emergency and it's the day of the final exam, and like it's a big problem or something, or a hospital, like is it possible that we can switch the section or something? Is it possible that we can retake it another time, or it has to be that day?
All right, here's the deal with the final exam. That's a cumulative final that is one-on-one. So every student gets scheduled. I do have some flexibility. I can move in an emergency. I can just move your personal schedule to another slot. It might be quite a bit later in the week because those slots are going to get full if there's a lot of students. I'm hoping nobody needs that final. I'm hoping students show that they're professional and cheating does not become an issue. So scenario 1 is not an issue. I'm hoping by the end of the semester, every student has at least 2 of those test scores in the grade area that they're shooting for. And then there's no need for that cumulative final, right?
Hopefully, yes.
That's our goal. I hope it's everybody's goal. But I'm ready. I'm ready if and flexible on that testing date of all the other ones is the more flexible of them if there's an emergency. So hopefully, inshallah, we don't have an emergency, right?
Inshallah.
Yeah. So let's just assume everything's going to go a little better than the previous semesters, because I don't think it can go worse.
Yeah. Also, like we got used to COVID and we know how to handle it and that.
Yeah. You guys are tougher too. I'm trying myself. I don't know. It gets to me sometimes. Yeah.
And one more thing, Professor, for the homework. So the only homework we have basically, it's the outlet and then the exams. Like it's mentioned over here, it's saying the best 3 exams is going to be 45 and then the outlet is going to be 20.
But don't forget, for every exam, there's a problem set as well.
Yes, it's like
and that 5%. Gets averaged in. Yeah, it's 20% of your test score, which will at the end of the semester work out to something like 5% overall. But think of it as you got a test out of 100, 80 points of that were from Zoom, your Zoom test, the one you took during the schedule. And then the other 20 are that problem set you did, which is your own individual problems.
Okay, I see.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? You got anything, Elizabeth? I know I'm putting you on the spot there.
No, I think I'm good.
You're good too?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's see. We heard from everybody. I think I heard from Nada, but I don't think you. I asked you to introduce yourself. She's on mute right now.
I'm the one that asked about the cumulative test.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody had their questions answered. If you have any more, feel free to send an email. If it's like a really good question that I think is going to deserve a little more video treatment, I'll probably have an invite for tomorrow's, like sometime during office hours, if anybody wants to join for a little Q&A follow-up, we can do that again tomorrow. I'll send an email announcement with a link tomorrow if any email questions come up. So send me a good email question that I think everybody wants to hear an answer to. And if you think a video is a good idea, we can do that together, just like we did this now. All right.
Okay. And also, Professor, for the outlet, is it like every week we got to finish the chapter, or like we have until the end of the semester?
When you get into OWL, here's what I want you to do. Look at how the test, sorry, not the test dates, the due dates. Look at how those are arranged. So you'll see they're already broken down with they're never due like every week. You'll see chapter 1's due at the end of week 2. And then chapter 3 is due a little after that. And chapter 4 is due a little after that. And then read the syllabus very carefully. And then you'll be a lot less stressed about the actual OWL due dates. That is something that's there to help you try to keep up the OWL. That's its job, but it is not the test level of material. So if you got to sacrifice something so you can get busy studying for tests, which is the prime important thing to do, right? Then you hold off what the OWLs are that you couldn't get done in time, hold them off. After the test, I change the due dates, always.
Okay. That
And
sounds good. Thank
then
you.
you have an owl catch-up period right after your exam. And I mean, you want to get it done before the exam because the owl's there to get you ready for the basic level on that exam, right?
Correct.
You want to hit that early. But yes, we have so much to do in organic chemistry. If you got to sacrifice something for time, owl would be it because you always have a second chance on that one.
Got you. Got it.
All right.
Also
Alright.
for owl, so do we have like an extended period for every like due date basically?
Yes, all the way to the end of the semester, but there's one due date I won't change. That's the one that's on the syllabus and says there will be no extensions past this date. It's an early May date. I don't know the date, but it's on the syllabus. So my last time I do an extension will be after test 4. I will change it to the date that's on the syllabus for every chapter, 1 through 11. And that will be the last time you can do any owls.
Okay.
All
And
right.
then also, what would be the best time to like send you an email, like for the class?
Just send it anytime. Keep in mind, I'm like you, I gotta sleep, and sometimes I'm out walking around sometimes and I don't look at my phone because I'm walking around to get away from my phone.
Right.
But anyway, I do look at my emails every day. You will have an answer within 24 hours. If you want a time where I'm sitting by my computer looking for emails, look on the syllabus at the online office hours. There's how many of those? I can't remember. There's 8 of those, 8 hours during the week. And so I think it's always 9 to 11 and then again from 4 to 6 every day of the week. I'm sitting by my computer doing school stuff, but always looking at my email during those times. So it's pretty much like you ask a question, you're probably going to get an answer within an hour if you do it during online office hours.
Okay. And then like, so if it's like a small personal question, like about like that, like something small, like an assignment, like the syllabus quiz,
Yeah,
that'd be best to email you instead of
absolutely.
like on a Zoom meeting, right?
Oh, we don't have to do any online